Yo, guys, what's up? Hope you're hanging loose. I'm Heath Armstrong. I want to show you this sweet ass little habit blaster that I use to track all of my habit building processes. You may or may not know about the sweet ass journal to develop your happiness muscle. This is an AM and PM practice to develop all of the areas that you need in your life to create a foundation for freedom and build your freedom empire. And it involves all sorts of really cool things: gratitude, setting attainable freedom actions and goals, setting a 100-day vision, minimalism, giving, meditation, all sorts of things to strengthen your mind and get it to the point that you need it to be at to be able to control your thoughts and work towards these things that will make a difference in your life and will help you fulfill your purpose and your passion and create that life that you love. My attention span can sometimes be all over the place. So for a lot of people, this could be the perfect, most simple system, and it's great, and I use it every single day. But you can expand upon this. In the bonuses of this, actually, there is a 100-day tracker where you can hang it on your wall and you can check off every day that you completed the journal over a 100-day period. That's enough to keep you accountable with the journal. For me, when I'm implementing new habits in my life, sometimes they don't always sync with the 100-day program that I'm setting with the journal. So what I have done is I've created a trackable spreadsheet that I can use. Basically, I fill it out and I print it out and I put it on my wall. And it's the first thing I see in the morning and the last thing I see at night. And it forces me to check in and check out with my progress for the habits that I'm trying to build every day. It's laid out in a 100-day period so that we can track it 1% at a time. And usually my goal is to hit 80% completion over the 100-day period for each habit. That gives you 20 free days, 20 pass days. Obviously, if you go over that, you're doing incredible. You're doing amazing. The longest streak I've ever had personally was 40 days in a row, and I can't even express to you how much I got accomplished that time. So I wanted to show you how this spreadsheet works, and if it's something that you think would help you, if you're a visual person and you need more accountability. There's all sorts of cool apps out there. There's groups, there's friends you can get to be your accountability partners when you're trying to do something like complete a New Year's resolution or set your freedom buds over 100-day period like this journal guides you to do, or just forming a traditional habit like brushing your teeth more often like a child would do, or one of these examples here that I'm about to go over. This tracker could be perfect for you. So the idea is we have 100 days laid out. You can set the date, whatever your starting day is. So right now I have July 15th plugged in here, which means 100 days will be November 8th or October 8th. And this is laid out so that you have up to 5 habits that you can ping in here. You don't have to do 5 habits. That could be overwhelming for you. Maybe you only have 1 habit, maybe you only have 2. Just fill in however many that you want to work towards. You could actually use your 3 freedom buds that you're aiming towards from the journal and plug them in here and just use those if you want. Or you can do something like this. So like if you're a child, you could put brush your teeth in here. Or if you're a writer, like me, I try to write 1,000 words per day, and that's on my sheet. Maybe you want to learn a new language, so you have practice German 20 minutes per day on here. Maybe you want to walk your dogs more often. So I've had this from my sheet as well. So I want to walk my dogs 3 times per day. Maybe you want to wash your undies more often. You can put that in there, but wash my undies every single day. Whatever it is that you want to do, whatever habit that you want to accomplish, put it in here. You can also use this for breaking habits. So if you want to quit smoking, put didn't smoke a cigarette. And every day you can check in and check out with that habit that you're trying to break. So it can work both ways. What I want to do here is kind of empty this out for you. When you see this sheet, it's going to say like habit number 1, habit number 2, habit number 3, and etc. Let's say you come in here and you do put, you want to write 1,000 words per day. The way that this works is you have an AM and a PM box on each one of these. All you have to do is wake up, take a pen. So this is printed out and posted on your wall. You could use the digital version if you want. It doesn't work as well for me because I like to have it visual, a visual physical copy that doesn't allow me to get distracted by anything else. If I'm on a computer or if I'm using a habit tracking app on my phone or I'm doing anything like that, all of a sudden the subjects get changed really quick. I might see an ad. I might see something else. I might check my Instagram or something, and then I'm down a rabbit hole and I find myself pooping my pants and laying on the bathroom floor because I accomplished nothing the entire day. So I spiral out quickly. This might be a little extreme for you, but I'm confident that if it works for me, there is somebody else out there that would want to use this. So if you want to write 1,000 words per day, I wake up, I initial the AM box. That is just saying, okay, I am aware of each one of these habits I'm working for. That's all you have to do in the morning is wake up and initial that box. Then throughout the day, your goal is to accomplish all of the habits that you have on here. So if you want to write 1,000 words per day, make the time to do that. If you want to brush your teeth, make sure you brush your teeth. If you want to wash your undies, make sure you wash your undies. If you want to practice German, make sure you're practicing German 20 minutes a day. So put this back in here. So I'm going to use these as specific examples. If I want to write 1,000 words per day, I'm going to check in the morning. I'm going to initial here. Okay, I know I need to do this. I know I need to brush my teeth. I know I need to wash my undies. I know I need to practice German. So after your morning, when you wake up, you should have your initials in each one of these boxes that you're working towards. Okay? And then you could draw smiley faces in there if you want. You don't have to put your initials. You could do something much more creative than that. You could draw a wiener. You could draw a smiley face, a top hat, a flower, whatever it is that you want to do. You can be creative and artsy. I know you guys are all heady and creative out there. So check in. That's all you got to do. Second thing is to accomplish the task. There's a couple ways to stay on top of that. If you're in a place where you can see this chart a lot, if you have it up on your wall, that's great. Bathroom mirror is a great place to put it. On the back of your door, leaving your the place that you live is a great way to put it, so you always see it no matter what, and you remember no matter where you're going what you need to be doing. You can also do something that I've always done is I carry around a note card, so I'll make sure I write my habits on the note card every single morning as well, because it makes my mind go through that process of writing them down every day, and that's another unbelievable way to affirm what you're working towards and become what you think about. So I highly suggest the note card thing as well. You could even get a note card and laminate it so you can use the same one over and over again if you want. But the idea is to be putting this in your head every day that this is what you're working towards. And then you want to take action to accomplish them. And then the third thing you want to do is come back at night and check back in and say, okay, did I or did I not accomplish this? So there are days when I don't write 1,000 words, obviously. Today I did. But a lot of days I don't, and so maybe I only hit 500 words for the day, but whatever it may be, I'm gonna check in anyways and say, okay, I'm aware that I did or did not accomplish it. All you have to do, you want to put your initials in there or draw your flower or your smiley face every single day. And if you didn't accomplish it, then it's okay because you have all these other days over the 100-day period. What you don't want is like a 10-day streak of not accomplishing it, because that just means resistance gremlins are just having a fucking gangbang in your asshole. Like, you don't want that to happen. You want to step up to the plate, you want to take it to the chest, and you want to dominate those little fuckers. So put your initial in here and be aware that you did or did not accomplish it, okay? So at the end of the night, it's going to look like this before you go to sleep. And the percentage category is where you really get to track your progress. So if I wrote 1,000 words on day one, I'm going to put a 1 in here. That means I'm 1% of my goal, because 100 days is equivalent to 100%. So we can actually track this 1% at a time, which is the idea behind the 100-day streak. This is why I don't have it at 90 days or 70 days or 40 days. I have it at 100 days because we can track it 1% at a time. If you wanted to do a 50-day layout, you could totally do that. You could track it 2% at a time a day. So each day that you accomplish, you're 2% to your goal. If it seems less overwhelming, feel free to modify the spreadsheet however you want. But 100 days works great for me. I'm a huge fan of the 3-month segment because you get 4 times per year to be able to reset and refocus and move towards something big. And I think it's the perfect amount of time to be able to accomplish something that's drastic, a drastic habit in your life that will change you forever. And so if I come here on day one and I'm like, okay, I wrote 2,000 words today. This is the cool thing you can do. Well, hell, I accomplished 2% of my goal, because in reality, 1,000 words over 100 days would be 100,000 words. What if I'm at 2,000 words? That's 2%. So I'm already 2% there. And then maybe I miss tomorrow and I'm still at 2%. Maybe I don't write at all tomorrow, but I'm going to check in and check out regardless. I'm still at 2%, but I'm on target with my goal still, because day 2, should be 2%. And so I did double one day and I didn't do any the next day, but I'm still on target. So no matter if you surge ahead or you fall back behind, you can always catch back up again. So let's say that I did 20 minutes of German on day one, and then on day two, I did 20 minutes of German, so I'm on 2%. And then I did 40 minutes of German, and I pop up to 4%. That's great, but then I miss it again, and I don't do any the next day. I'm at 4%. I'm right on par with my goal still, even though I missed one day because I did extra the day before. So you don't have to do it that way. I like to because it increases momentum, and I know that if I fall behind, I can catch back up, and it's really cool. But overall, what you want to do is set your goal so that at the end of 100 days, you want the number in your box on each one of these habits to be 80 or above. That's what you're aiming for. If you can do these habits 80% of the time over 100 days, you're doing amazing. You're doing fucking unbelievable, and you're going to rage everything that you're trying to accomplish. You're gonna get there so much faster, and it's incredible. So if this is a system that you think is cool for you, totally use it. I would love to hear your feedback. If it's something that seems overwhelming, that's okay too. Stick to the journal. Check out certain apps that might be able to help you better. Everybody's a little different, but this is something that I use religiously. I've used it for tracking Amazon. I've used it for setting writing goals. I've used it for relationship goals, personality goals, and all of that. And it's a very lucrative thing. And at the end of 100 days, when I'm looking at these charts, I'm like, wow. The things that I've accomplished are really cool. And obviously I went from a hole of debt and a completely unhappy lifestyle and the worst habits in the world, like just drowning bottles of Jim Beam and really spending all my money on shit that I didn't need to impress people I didn't like, in a lifestyle that I didn't even want. And those were all terrible habits, and I was able to break them and create new habits with this exact system. So I hope that it can work for you too. So the perfect companion for the Sweet Ass Journal. If you start them at the same time, that would be really cool because you can sync the 100 days. If not, it's still just as cool. So like if you're on day 30 of the journal and you want to start this, just come in here and just like, start at day 30 and track your progress. Just put in 30% for each of them if you've done every day of the journal, or you can go back and count the amount of days you have done and set yourself. There's no right or wrong day to do it. You just want to make sure that you're getting 80% of the days accomplished. And in the notes category, feel free to make notes about any of these sections. I like to go back and reflect on the notes I've made too. So if something really cool happened that day, I'll make a note. There's also a notes column for each one of these other habits, but if you do it, it makes the sheet really long, so you might have to print it in multiple pages and kind of staple them together. But if you just click these and hit unhide right here, it'll unhide those note columns too. So if you want an individual note column for your habits, I've done that before and it's totally feasible. So come in here, set your habits, print it out. So I'll show you how that looks. You can have up to 5 habits on here. Feel free to do as many as you want though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. You can even add columns. And then you're going to come here and you're going to print this. I would make sure that you have it in landscape view, and you want it to fit to the page. So I have fit to width set. And so when I print this out, it looks great. It's just going to be 4 pages. I can put them on the wall, and basically they stare at me in the morning, they stare at me at night. I check in, I check out, and it's an incredible system. So I hope that this can help you. And let me know what you think. I would really love to, I just accidentally printed that. I would really love to hear your opinion on this. If you have any ideas, if you modify it in any way that you like, I'm sure others would like to see that. Leave a comment on this blog post. Hit me up in the Gremlin Smashers Facebook group if you've gotten one of the products that gives you access to that. I would love to hear about it. If you get the Sweet Ass Journal, obviously that gives you access to the Facebook group, and I'll see you in there. And it's available on Amazon.com or sweetassjournal.com. And this tracker, from me to you, I'm not bullshitting you. It has been my anchor every single day to keep my attention on what it needs to be, and I hope that it can help you too. So take it easy and peace.